Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Geopolitical Trend, where truth matters. We're gonna have our community conversation here this September 28th, last weekend of the month. So excited to be with you as always, because this is where we get to just chat, freestyle conversation. Of course, you all know what just happened on Friday night in Lebanon. So we're not gonna talk politics today or geopolitics. I might end up doing a video live stream for you guys tomorrow to give you my own analysis about the day after. I don't know what I mean. So I might get into that later on. For now, let's just have our own community conversation, and we just go from there. So let me see who is here and say hi to all of you. I know some comments. I had to remove one individual here because he was just I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Why someone will harbor this kind of negative energy and just spew this kind of nasty words for no reason. I just don't get it. It ain't in me. I can't do that. So to me, the best thing to do is remove those individuals from the chat because they are, to me, it's like venom. You know, I will protect this community by any means. So I just don't get it. Anyway, I am not here to complain about all this. I am here to share time with you, share also some information about my recent trip to Eastern Europe, some health tips, a lot of stuff, share some pictures. And of course, the main thing is to answer your questions. If I can answer them, if I can't, I'll say no, I can't. So let me, you two, Z, super good to see you. Alexei Rose, good to see you. Cosmic, Cosmic Alan, good to see you. Alisa Louise, good to see you, and hi to you. Brianna Olivia, good to see you. Muslim Rex, new subscriber, good to have you in our community. Greatly appreciate you being here, man. Matt Becky, as always. KRT, good to see you. I'll answer your question later. So, same avi. Salam from India. Good to see you. Hamed Sithi, as always. And hello to you. Snipey Max Needed. Good to see you. Francis Tango, as always. And who else here? Eric Hotzel. Good to see you. Army with Harmony. There you are. Jan Hokor, good to see you as always. Daniela, good to see you. And Pumudu, good to see you. Salam to you as well. Arrington Walters, hello to you as well, sir. Good to see you here. So, Karakulak, as always, salam to you. Susan Jensen, good to see you. Timeline Dunkley, here you are. By the way, guys, it was a comment on the video I did yesterday. Somebody got upset for me saying, greeting all of you. He got upset. I just don't get it. What's wrong with people? They just need to kind of chill out a little bit. So, all right, let me just address this first question here. UTU Super, Dr. O, bread and rice, which one is more healthy? In my opinion, is none, but depends on what you eat. And I have in front of me. You all remember the video I did, the scripted one in which I did that advertisement for Leviva Foods? Well, guess what? It's because I have it right here at home. I have a whole box of them, of the stuff. Well, 2 days ago, I tried this rice. This is gluten free. Incredible. And I even now make some of it in the morning, for not a morning, but usually my midday, because I only eat 2 meals. One of them is about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and the dinner is at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Well, in the morning now, when I do the 10:30 meal, I add a little bit of rice that I cooked with veggies. This is gluten-free and it's so light. So light. This is why I like this one here. As to the pasta, I have not tried it yet for one reason. It's because in the summer, I don't eat pasta. I only eat pasta if it is gluten-free and certain type of the pasta from the store, the white stuff. I don't touch that stuff anymore. I haven't had the regular pasta for the last, and I kid you guys not, about 6 years now. The last time, 5 years or so. The last time I had regular pasta. So I can't wait to try this one here. And by the way, I'm going to share a screen with you guys here just for you to see because the content of this share screen. Okay, the content of this. Okay, where did I put it? Oh, bummer. Right here, share screen, and it says my browser has blocked the screen. Why? Why will they do that? Okay, in that case, I'm gonna have to put the picture for you guys and share it with you on the screen. Let me just add the picture here. Leviva. Okay, presentation. Dr. O. Oh yeah, it's not allowing me to do that. So anyway, it's not a big deal. Basically, what's in that presentation is the same one I showed you in that video about the percentage of the in low carbs in this Leviva organic shirataki, which is this one here that I tried. And this is just to answer your question, you. It's because this is type of a rice that is very, very light and gluten free. But personally, I'll stay away from a regular bread. Okay, and of course regular rice. Excuse me. Now this say brown rice is better for you than the regular white rice. But all those carbs, thanks, ain't good for you, because if you eat food, remember, just make sure, for example, when you eat steak, you don't need to have bread with steak. That just doesn't make sense. You don't. When you eat steak by itself with either you make mashed potatoes or you make some veggies, and that's it. Or even a salad on the side, whatever. But not steak and bread. The carbs, you don't need that one. So that is the one I will the way I do it. Alexei, how old are you, Doc? I'm 58. Same for Cosmic. I'm 58. So, but also it's just numbers. Remember, you're gonna have depends again the type of food you eat. If you eat a good quality food, you'll age gracefully. One, and second, you don't lose muscle mass with the assumption that you keep up with your physical activities and so forth. You sleep well. You don't get stressed out, but also you watch what you're eating. It's all in your food, guys. It's really all in food. This is why for us here in the US, you're seeing the number of people sick with cancer, whatever that other cases. Majority of those cases, the health issues are related to food. So just if you clean up your diet, you will be fine. So that's my belief. So Gertie, you asked this question, even though we don't talk geopolitics on community conversation, but I will answer it for you quickly here. Will Lebanon declare war? It's already a foregone conclusion. So I'm going to be addressing some of this tomorrow, just to highlight to you a few things to know. So, okay, let me share now some pictures with you. My recent trip to Eastern Europe. I had some. This one here is from. Let me share screen. I had to make a stop near the Baltic Sea, and one of the cities there, when it comes down to the Baltic Sea, it's known as Gdansk. I don't know how many of you know the city of Gdansk. If you've ever been there, it's a wonderful city, very, very, very laid back. And so I enjoyed visiting there. So this is me in the main hall of the main area by the river in Gdansk city. So that's one of the. So I usually don't do a lot of pictures, but for Gdansk it was worth visiting. Now the other one that I have is some images from Wawel. Now, what you know about Wawel City? A lot of people do not even know what it is. Well, Wawel City is in Wawel location, or castle, that is. I have a picture here. I'm going to share it with you. And okay, this is the picture of Wawel. It's a castle. Now, you need to know a little bit of history of the early history of Wawel. Wawel, it's spelled Wawal. Wavel, but it's pronounced V because W in Polish language is pronounced as V. For example, when you think about Warsaw, Warsaw spelled with a W, but if in Polish pronunciation, you pronounce it as Warszawa. So that's how. So the history of the Wavel. So this, like Wavel, of course, you have to go back to the 14th century. This is why now it is a cathedral museum. It used to be a castle for the kings. So the history of Wavel is deeply intertwined with the history of the Polish land and Polish royal dynasties, which were back in the Middle Ages. The political and dynastic tensions that led to the ascendance of Krakow. Krakow is the main city where this castle is. As a matter of fact, a lot of people do not know the history of Krakow, or Krakow as it's pronounced, but it's spelled with the V, Krakow. Krakow used to be the capital of Poland back then, before it switched to Warsaw or Warsaw. That was very, very interesting. So it is another picture of the castle. This is the outside of it. And part of that history, as I mentioned, because the tensions between the political and the dynastic tensions emerged, and that's where saw the ascendance of Krakow as the royal seat are sophisticated, but the most Middle Ages and the Renaissance during that time. This is why Wavel was the seat of the national government at that time, or what we call today the assembly. Because remember, back then in the Middle Ages, what was Lithuania? It used to be Polish Lithuania Commonwealth. This is why certain parts of Ukraine, in the western part of Ukraine, were part of Russian territory. So Lithuania is no different because it used to be the Commonwealth. So the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth formed and grew, of course, and this is where Wavel became the seat of Europe's largest and most important states. And the statute was only lost when the capital was moved to Warsaw or Warsaw in 1596. And officially, it was designated in 1793. So the Wavel Royal Castle, that's where the it's by the way, by Vistula River in Krakow. To those if you ever go to Poland, make sure you visit the city of Krakow. It's worth visiting because you cannot visit Poland without being in Krakow. You can go also up north to Zakopane, which is a mountainous area, very, very wonderful area. Or you can go to some other locations within Poland. Now, I have a picture I need to share with you. Not this one here. Not a picture. I'm sorry. It's the a clip. If assuming it will work for me. Russian soldiers. Okay, let me play this one here for you guys. If I can upload it right. Where is that video clip? Okay, let me see if it will come up here. Technology, I tell you, man. Okay, a Russian soldiers. Let me see if it will pull it up here. Shortcut. No, it won't play here. Add video clip right here. Okay, a Russian soldier. And the one I wanted to share with you guys is a very, very short clip. Just no, it won't work. They said it has to be an M4 setting. Well, bummer. I was hoping to show you this one here. I don't know how else I can play that one. Okay, it's not a problem, guys, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try upload it for you in the community. So you're saying basically what it is. It was I had a chance to go to a cemetery in Mehov, the city of Mehov, and in that cemetery they have a section of the former Soviet Union soldiers. their tombs and all that stuff. And that's a testimony and a proof how much the Soviet Union soldiers came to the defense of Poland back then. And some of the graves, they didn't have names. Some of them do have some names. And the reason for that, when I asked, I was informed that because they couldn't identify the identity of the individuals, so they left it blank with no names on the headstone. But others, they were able to identify them through either Dano records or something. They were able to put the name. It was and you won't believe how many. And this is why a lot of people, especially here, I speak for my own country, they don't understand the role the Soviet Union did in World War II, in winning World War II against the Nazis. So, and yet we, the Americans, kind of didn't set the record straight, and we took credit against the Soviet Union, because if it weren't for the Soviet, we would have not been able to defeat the Nazis, because the U.S. would not get involved. So that is one of the key things. So I'm gonna make sure to post this for you guys, just for you to see. Let me see if I can show some. Yeah, I don't have that. I thought I had the picture here, but it did not. But it's not a problem. I'll set it up. Now, the other thing I want to share with you, which those are images from when I came back. As you know, I used to drink tea with lemon and ginger and honey, and I always have garlic and all that. And somebody, some viewer, whomever that is, I don't think so, part of the community, because you guys won't talk like that. You won't even write in those manners. But anyway, this guy got upset because I was sipping on tea as I was doing live stream. But of course, what you do, you forgive. That's only my thing, and I can't advise you enough, guys. Forgiveness is good. It sets you free, and you don't harbor this kind of negative energy. So, but there was also another thing I was doing. That's why it only took me about 48 hours with no medication, with nothing, just the hot tea with lemon, the Chinese tea with lemon, ginger. I didn't put turmeric. One of you asked, he said, "Doctor, just use turmeric with milk." I don't drink regular milk. It has to be pasteurized, like not a processed milk, because milk is not good for you, by the way, from the store, guys. Don't drink that stuff. You just put in poison in your body. And it told me to add turmeric, so I didn't do that. But I was doing something else, and what I was doing basically is this one right here, guys. I'm gonna share the pictures with you right here individually, so for you to see. In my room where I have my gym equipments and all that stuff, this is a trampoline. So I used to get on the trampoline, and still do, of course, every morning for about 5 minutes. Usually they say 10 minutes is good. The jumping on a trampoline, why is that good? It's good also for your eyesight, but also good for the blood circulation throughout the body. And you kind of, when you jump, you don't jump too high, of course. You just jump a little bit. It's good for that kind of, your bones get used to that pounding, not in a heavy way, but moderately. You'll be careful with that. That's part of what I do. There is also another thing that I'll do, which is very, very crucial. This little machine here. This one is ozone. I don't know if you know much about ozone, how important ozone is. Well, this machine is hooked to another device, and this is where I sit. You sit inside and you close this one. Why is this important? It's because when you close it, you have the oxygen tanker here, and this is the right one. That's where the ozone. There is a small, tiny tube that I have to get inside, because when I sit, I have to cover everything because you don't let the air out. And you put that tube that release the ozone. Ozone is very, very important. As a matter of fact, the celebrities here in the US, the movie actors, whatever, they do this ozone every day because they can afford that kind of stuff. Very expensive, but luckily, my wife has the machine. She's in health field. She understands the ins and outs. She's a certified nutritionist, so I'm very, very grateful and thankful that I have access to this. Well, ozone, and she always advised me with this. If there's anything you never want to give up, is ozone. Well, I was sitting in ozone that twice a day. That's what helps quickly. Ozone, they use them in Cuba. Here in the U.S., the medical field, doctors wouldn't even talk about it. And you know why? Because the medical boards control the information, so people will not be informed and educated. It's like what they tell you when you go see a doctor. Oh, your cholesterol is so high. No, 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 no. Your cholesterol is supposed to be high, as long as you know what type of fat you are consuming. You don't consume, for example, the hydrogenated oil. You don't the sunflower oil, the stuff that has like the chemicals in it, poison. No, no. If you eat the real butter, you'll be fine. The real butter, I'm talking. If you eat for example, when you eat meat, you eat the grass finish. Yeah, grass fed, grass finished meat. No injections, no hormones, nothing. But here you all know about the health industry here is business. So the moment you say doctor or your cholesterol, as a matter of fact, I found out now that the standard for the high blood pressure blood pressure has changed now. They increased it somehow for whatever reason. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted just to share this with you. Those are the things that I do. So. All right, let me now go to your questions, guys, because this is about you. Again, it just that's what the community conversation is all about. It's Q7E. What is your opinion on sprouted grain? They are good for you, at least from my wife tells me, because any type, like for example, the type of bread that I eat, we eat what we call not a seeded. I draw a blank on it. A special type of bread with just seeds, but it's also sprouted grain on it. Very, very, very good, very healthy. But also, you only do two small portions, and that's it. You don't eat a lot of bread for that. So I heard it is very, very good so far. Okay, let me see. Jig, you are 3 years younger than Brad Pitt. I don't know. I never, to me, celebrities are just other human being, and I don't care for that, because to me, they have no use for me. It's, what are because here's the question that I ask, you kind of, they're good at what they do, whatever, good luck to them and all that. But the question that I'll ask, what are they doing for humanity? Well, celebrity and money and all that, it's all great. So what are you doing for humanity? That's to me how I will gauge someone's contribution to humanity. Basically, that's the way I see it. Oh, Matt Backy, Backy, you don't look a day over 60. Well, it's just numbers. You guys need to, on a serious note, it's just numbers. Yeah, we all getting there in age. Do I have the same level of energy that I did when I was in my 20s? Of course not. We can't deny it because it's reality. But on the other hand, you cannot assume that just because you crossed 40 or you crossed 50 is like it's over. No, it's not. You still can get up and do pull-ups. You still can do push-ups. You still can go for a run. That is. You still can go for a long-distance walk. That level of energy is contributed, but also has to do with your lifestyle. Also, the food you eat, the amount of portions you eat, how well you sleep. Still till today, I have to be in bed at 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'll push it till about 10 if I am watching something, a documentary or something, or just sitting there and chat with my wife, whatever. So, but the idea of it's the lifestyle that is combined, and you have to keep the mind also sharp. Well, how do you keep the mind sharp? You read, you keep up with the stuff. In my case, I take a lot of vitamins also. And this is, again, where, and I refer this because I trust them. This is why I trust those individuals there, because it's the type of food. And Laura, one of the founder of this company, it's because of her personal experience. That's why she ended up helping people around the world. And a lot of people buy these products from them from around the world. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I will cross 60, Matt, in due time. So you to you, Doctor. You look like 45. Yeah. Once again, just a lifestyle, guys. There is nothing. I don't believe in what they call the gene therapy and all that nonsense. And I will not. I will not, no matter what the cost is. I will not get involved in those. What they do this when you have to do your facial, some sort of cosmetic surgeries, whatever. That's to me, it's a no no. It's a no no. You age gracefully. Just let Mother Nature takes its own course because it's a fact of life. It's just how you move forward into this. How do you eat? How do you sleep? You keep the level of stress, you keep the negative energy away, you stay away from vicious individuals. If the circle, because the saying goes, guys, you know this, you are the 5 people you hang out with. Think about it. Take a step back and think about it. You are the 5 people you hang out with, or the 3, or whatever that is. That becomes just the idea of what kind of lifestyle you want to create for yourself. Amanda, Dr. O has the nicest teeth I've seen. Thank you very much. And I'm not bragging here. You are not the first one to tell me this. A lot of people. But here is again the story of that. Yeah. My good friend, who's, by the way, sometimes he comes on a show, on a live stream here. He's a dentist, Dr. Jonathan Sanchin. He lives in Pennsylvania. It's a dear friend of mine. And Jonathan and I, we know each other since 1991. That's how far back we go. And at that time, I had either a root canal or something he helped me with. I didn't have any money at that time. It's kind of, you were just like moving on life and all that. And he helped me out, And from that day forward, I promised myself, one day, because at that time he was in a hospital, working in a hospital. And I said, the day you open your own clinic, I'm going to visit you. And before you know it, years and years later, and I maintained my friendship with him till one day I surprised him with a visit. I was coming out of Afghanistan, made a stop in Germany, headed back to Washington, and I got a rental car and took a drive to his clinic in Pennsylvania, in Mount Joy, to be exact, Pennsylvania. And when I called, I told his secretary, do not disclose my name because I want to surprise him. Why? Because he's the one who helped me with my teeth. And what he did, he fixed my root canal, but also gave me advice. Those my teeth are the original. But also I floss regularly. I eat 2 meals a day. The moment I finish eating, that's the first thing I'll do. I don't do anything else but flossing my teeth first and brush my teeth. Second thing is the type of toothpaste that I use. I don't use Colgates and all. You guys need to learn about what is fluoride. You need to understand that. This is why, if you notice in America, let me plug in the computer here. In America, when you go for the first time and visit a dentist, what did they tell you? We need to take an x-ray of your teeth. They don't need an x-ray if you're going to do just your teeth cleaning, but because it's the medical industry, controlling the process, they have to make money by any means. Well, to me, with that radiation of the x-rays, so I don't do cleaning here anymore. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to clean your teeth. It's been a while since I cleaned my teeth. And the last time I did it, it was overseas, I admit. But also the type of toothpaste that I am using, that has some particular, I forget the name of it, it's scientific, that is end up cleaning your teeth naturally. And that's all I do. So, of course, I don't drink sodas because soda has a lot of acid in it. It's not good for your teeth. I drink coffee, but I also do 1 cup a day. And it doesn't bother me. What else? As I said, you floss and you brush regularly. That's it. You do less sweet stuff, But I also do something once a while. I haven't done for a while, but my wife always told me. I put what you call it, the kind of oil, coconut oil. I put a little bit and I gargle with it. I just keep rinsing it in my mouth and throw it away after 5 minutes. It cleanses your mouth, get rid of the bad bacteria and all that, and keep the the what do you call it? Not the teeth, the gum, very healthy. So that's the reason why. So thank you, Amanda, for your comment. So but yeah, guys, be careful with the toothpaste you guys use, and even the brush you use, not a bristle, because you'll aggravate the cover of the teeth. You just do it gently, and that's what you do. So, what else? Let me see here. Another question from you, because it's your time, guys. Asadullah, good to see you. Asadullah, may I ask, where are you from? If Asadullah, because the reason I'm asking, because the moment I read that, what comes to mind is Afghanistan. I spent a lot of time in Afghanistan, and there were some individuals that I met, wonderful human being, and one of them I remember, his name Hafizullah, and one of them was Asadullah. So I'm just Heri Local, here you are, good to see you, man. As always, Heri Local has been an avid supporter of the channel, and is still an avid supporter of it. Good to see you. You, Heri Local, and Francis Tango. I promised you that the day I make it to Holland, I will let you know. So, and I'll figure it out. Boone is here as well. Boone, good to see you as always, my man. Boone again has been and is still an avid supporter, but also the contribution intellectually to the conversation. So also, Boone, I hope to link up with him one day in Germany. He lives in Germany. Oh, Boone, you're going to Poland North Coast for a weekend getaway. Yeah, you will enjoy it. And the cost of living is not expensive. There is at least, and the euro is very strong in Poland. I think it's €1 to 5 zloty. Zloty is the currency for Poland. So you will enjoy it there. So just make sure to eat lodi. Lodi is the ice cream, which is no preservative. I ate ice cream in Poland almost every other day, but I won't touch it here. So you'll enjoy it, and let me know, Boone, how it went for you. So you can defeat a bully by doing nothing, friends. That's true. All right, let me see here. Your question about why is everyone reporting about Hassan Nasrallah? Because he was taken out in that 85. It was 1 ton of explosives. That's 85 bombs that took him out. So I might end up doing something for you guys about this topic tomorrow, but not today. So and yet Hezbollah confirmed it. So yeah, but here's the thing: it's just another individual. The fight will go on. As a matter of fact, now it's going to get even worse. So, but I'll decide this afternoon whether to do it for you tomorrow or leave it till Monday. Because right after Monday, guys, you won't see me here on a regular basis because I will be in Asia. Finally, there is a possibility I'm going to reach out to someone. A possibility for me to attend the BRICS summit as an observer. Nothing confirmed, but the possibility is there. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. Okay, let me see. All right, another question for you guys, from you rather. Okay. Okay, Coach Ahoy, I don't know what this is. This is probably just in Malaysia, right? Rock sugar. Rock sugar. Yeah. My advice is don't use sugar. If you use creamer, but again, you have to have the right type of creamer you use. You don't go buy the one from, because all that stuff is chemically processed. So you need to know what you. But sugar, sugar is sugar, brown or not. Just you have to be careful with that. Karakulak, you're right. Margarine is a plastic that's left over from the oil industry. Same with fluoride, the aluminum. Well, because what do you think fluoride is? It's nothing but leftover aluminum. They turned it into that and used it in a toothpaste. So a lot of people have no idea. And the more you brush, the more that chemicals get into your body and the toxins and so forth. So that's It's the money, is the game, is the greed. You sacrifice the health of the people, and again, it's gonna fall on you, not the government, not no one else but you. It becomes your responsibility to know what you are consuming. So you say to yourself, okay, and I'm like trying to talk to my youngest by explaining to him, what would that age of 17, 18, and they just, I say, what would it be better for you to spend 20 minutes in the kitchen, learn how to cook your own food, or you go and buy some food from some fast food only to sort of poison your body because it won't show up on you now? Give it a 10, 15 years. And for us now in America here, guys, you see people in their early 30s and they look out of it. They're just tired all the time. Their skin is so wrinkly. Yeah, at 30, the gray hair is already showing up on the hair. It's just because the type of food, all they eat is processed food from the freezer, and just put it in a microwave and eat. So it becomes what you put into it. So you're right, Karakulak. Margarine is a plastic, and stay away from it. If you eat, there's two type of butter. You either use cooking butter, and cooking butter not for you to eat. Cooking butter is to cook with. And you buy the real butter. And I don't promote any type of butter. There are certain types out there that they are 100% butter. 100%. And the fat in that butter is good for your body. So yeah, doctors will scare you about it. I used to hear it. Oh, Mr. O, you need to have even my military doctor told me one time, he's like, not the recent one, the one before him. It was like, oh, your cholesterol is so high. You crossed over 220. It was at that time 240, which, by the way, when I found out in my age bracket, I'm supposed to be between 240 and 258. Mine was 240. Perfect one. And he said, well, I need to put you on statin. You don't know what statin is. You don't know what it will do to your health. I said, no, thank you, doc. I appreciate it. And he understood, because you have to push back sometimes. But all that came from where? It came from being educated about the issues. Simple as that. So yeah, the health industry is, this is why this platform had to give me a warning when I talked about some specific things that I had to address on the other platform, because they don't want people to know. Simple as that. Redsley Fox. I thought athletes use pure oxygen like basketball players use. No, what depends. I have one machine right here for pure oxygen. I usually use it once in a while. I don't use it every day. But when I use it, all I'm breathing is a pure oxygen. I use it for 15 minutes. I just didn't want, because it sound the oxygen gun. So you're right. There are some that are using it. It's like sauna. Not the sauna, the ozone. I used to have a sauna here. I don't have it anymore because it was too big and using a lot of electricity. They are now the new model of the saunas thing. And this is why Scandinavians, they use sauna on every day. Sauna is very, very good for you as well. So, okay. Muslim revert. I like that one. Funny. Amanda, you're right. Celebrities brainwash the masses, because here's the thing. This is why you are noticing, if you go to grocery store, and you are about to check out, what do you see around that area of checking out? Magazines with the celebrities' figures and pictures, whatever. Yeah. And that tells you, just to keep you away from understanding. Celebrities are no different than you. They are no smarter than you. They know it, just they have had an opportunity in whatever field they do, and that's it. And yet people almost worship those, which you feel sad for the individuals. You look at it right here in the US, how much, I don't give a damn about celebrity. So it's like, what would I care? You are who you are. So to me is always the question, what have you done for humanity with all this wealth you have? And again, it's not my place to ask, because that ain't my business. I don't get involved. You live life the way you want. I live my life the way I want to. But it's just to highlight to you the thinking that it exists here. And by the way, the celebrities here in the US, they are the back door of the government also. So, so that's what it is. Oh yeah, Karakolak, you're right. Yeah, DiCaprio, they all come about this environment, whatever. They're liars. If I had a chance to talk to them straightforward, and I said, man, why are you lying? I mean, you don't have the gut to be honest about that you prefer to fly in your private jet, whatever, but don't give hypes to people about the environment when you couldn't honor that yourself. So, and that tells me the story right there. So, okay, let me see another question here from Paki Ron. Ozone machine are used to deodorize hotel rooms, but it's supposed to be dangerous to be in a room where they are on same machine. No, not the one I have here. But here is one thing: is the one I have is I don't get the tube for the ozone itself and just put it near my nose and smell it. No, 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 no. It's not good for you. But what you do is you put it inside. Where is that picture? Let me share it right here with you. You put it inside the where you sit, and that's basically where right there, guys. You put it inside here. Once you sit, you close this, and the tube goes through this part here that you see right here through here. Because when you sit, your head is up there, and you cover, but you don't inhale that with the heat coming out of, because it's a heater. When you sit where you sit under this one here, it's heat coming up. That's where the water, you put water, and again, you don't put just any regular water either. So you put I use the filtered water, because you know what's in tap water. You don't use regular water. So you're right, it is dangerous but you don't inhale it. You just let it mix with the steam, and your pores, it goes through your pores in skin. And that's part of what I use. For example, in the fall and winter, I use that thing every other day, and I don't have issues with the flu, whatever. I'm even surprised I get this flu this time flying from overseas. But I do remember flying from Poland to Germany, I think it was. The person sitting on my far right had the mask on, and it looked very unhealthy. But again, that's his seat. My seat is here. There's nothing I'm not going to worry about it. But I think that's how I picked it up. So, okay, let me see another question from you guys. Yeah, can you recommend? Macho, can you recommend a good floss and toothpaste? Hold on, let me go get it. Hold on a second. Okay, I got the stuff. I had to go the other side of the house. So, let me put this in back. And which one is this one? Right. Okay. Yeah, the one I use, and again, I don't recommend you do whatever you want, but just the one I've been using over the years. I've been using Glide. This is the flossing, and the toothpaste, which my wife explained to me that xylitol. Xylitol is an ingredient that exists in this particular toothpaste, and xylitol is the one that end up cleaning your teeth naturally just by brushing. So this is the one I use. It's called xylitol. I'll yeah, it's fluoride free. It says right there, fluoride. Stay away from fluoride. That's the one I can advise you for. And floss regularly. The moment you eat, depends again how many meals you eat a day, whatever. So, any recommendation for receding gums? It happened to me at some point too. Probably the way you brush. You brush too harsh. You don't need, and you need to go in motions, Because remember, when you look at our tooth, how it is structured, you don't go cross, you go round. This is why if you use the electronic ones that I have the round toothpaste to the brush, that one is meant to go round, and you don't force it on your teeth. You just let it sit and let it do its work. So you don't force. That's probably you have receding. I experienced that before because I used to brush so hard. Then you stop and you do it gently, gently. And again, just be careful with what you use. And when you floss, you don't hit hard the gum because it's very sensitive. So that's, to my knowledge, guys. That's all I use. Uh, 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 Bamboo soja. You're right. Coconut oil. You get a little bit and you keep rinsing it in your mouth for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and throw it away in a sink, whatever. It's good for your mouth. It's very, very good. Coconut oil. Charcoal. Amanda, charcoal. There is a toothpaste for charcoal. I used it at some point. But now, when I came across this because of this particular Xylitol, what's her name? She's an Australian doctor. She's been deplatformed because she talks about health. Rebecca O'Neill. Her name is O'Neill. Go look her up, guys. She's a doctor, but also she's been doing this for almost over 40 years or so. Very, very knowledgeable. And that's how I learned about toothpaste from. She hardly ever cleaned her teeth at the dentist, and her teeth look so fine. It's just the way she does it at home. So that's uh John Hang Chen. You're right. Europe forgot too. Yeah. This is why. This is a. By the way, guys, this is just in a reference to when I talked about how the Soviet Union as the one that has liberated Poland at that time, and Europe for that matter. So, uh, Matthew, you tried coconut polling. Sometimes it might take longer. Sometimes it might not work. That depends again. So, but don't give up on that. Try something else, maybe. Just not everything works for everybody, guys. It depends. Really, it depends. I heard about baking soda, for example. Yeah, I never tried it, and because I figured this stuff is working for me, so I'm gonna keep it that way. So this is how false teeth is popular in UK. Yeah, for the prosthetic teeth, whatever they do. Yeah. Hi, Maria. Hi to you as well. Question from SCH. What good book for learning how to do research? Oh, that's an interesting. I do not know this one here. That's different. It's an interesting question. Well, that depends on your field. For me, in my area, for international relations, international security, and geopolitics, all my stuff is pertaining to where we do about unipolar world and international. It depends. It really depends. It's hard to. There is not, to my knowledge, there is no set particular book that tells you how to research. Research is when you look at from a different sources and bring them together. And this is why you can tell a good book. You know how you can tell a good book, guys? Is by looking at the reference at the end. Just check out my books. Take a look at the reference, and you see. If you see along, that tells you that that's part of how the research is. So I don't know the exact one. Muslim revert. Google. Well, Google will let you know what they want you to know. Google is been programmed to really, you think about it. If you start searching something, all of a sudden you start getting ads about it and so forth. Google will not, because even the information within Google is being filtered. They only want to tell you certain things. But when you look at Google, I'll give you a quick tip, guys. If you want to search Google, usually you go to the first page, right? And that's where they put things. You don't do that. You go to the third page and fourth and the fifth. It's because what Google wants you to know is what they're going to put in the first page. But the third and fourth, because the assumption is nobody's going to go to the fourth or the fifth page. So and Google understand that one, and that's how they are doing it. Okay. Uh, um, Maria, how long it take you to learn Arabic? Well, it's a long time. Arabic is one of the complicated ones because also where I was born, and remember, there are different dialects in Arabic. If you go to the Middle East, if they don't speak, MS, Modern Standard Arabic, you won't be able to communicate unless you know the dialect, because the dialect in Saudi Arabia is different than the dialect in Syria, is different than the dialect in Iraq, is different than the dialects in Yemen. Each one of them has its own. But if you speak MS, Modern Standard Arabic, everybody will be able to understand, assuming they have some education, because MS is related to education. You have to be educated a little bit somehow. You went to school, high school or whatever, the ability to read the MS. That's the only way you're going to communicate. So it takes a while. For us in the military, there are school. It's called the DLI, Defense Language Institute. I was asked to teach at that institute, Arabic, but I didn't want to. And the reason why I end up in the military, because when I get a phone call from the Pentagon, they want me to take a test in Arabic, and I scored very high. So that's why I bypassed all the training or whatever. But in reality, I wanted to learn Chinese back then. Oh, Francis Tango, I am not on holiday when you are in Netherlands. I am going to Asia in October. Oh, then I must see you in Asia, Francis. So I'll communicate with you, because I communicate with you privately. We'll talk privately, and I'll find out. Okay, let me see. Karakulak, it's not confirmed yet for me whether I'm gonna be attending as an observer or not. It's not confirmed yet, so we'll, fingers crossed. I'm hoping. And the whole reason for why I would like to start, and I'm going to start doing this moving forward, I'm going to be looking at the summits that's going on, especially with the changes in the geopolitical landscape, and just send my request as a, of course, I'm going to have to count on the community help me out with the expenses and so forth, because I don't think so they're going to pay for the airfare, whatever. It's like, because my trip to Asia, guys, it's because of you. If it weren't for you, I won't be able to do it. So, and I am going to give my thanks in due time, publicly, in a special setting when that time comes. So I'm going to be doing this one, excuse me, moving forward, because I have some places in mind that I need you to know about, and it'll be better if I am on the ground there and reporting it to you. Yeah, but also remember, when you attend as an observer, doesn't mean you are sitting in the special sessions for the head of states and so forth. Those are not for where it's going to be. It's going to be in a panel, when they have panel discussions with either foreign ministers, or maybe some head of state might end up doing a panel discussion or something. That's where it's open for journalists. Usually those are not part of journalists asking questions. I am not associated with any news agency or whatever, but usually if to get there, you have to be affiliated with one somehow. I'm going to find that all, and it will be nice to know, because I would like to attend. All right, let me see. Oh, good for you, Macho. You said, Doc, they gave your father, doctor gave your father statin. Yeah, get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's all in the diet, all in the food. It's just you need to learn what type of food to eat. That's all it is. That's all it is. And of course, food is getting, at least for us here in the US, is getting very, very, very bad. Okay, let me see. Army with Harmony, how's the garden? It's a mess. It's a mess because I have to dig the dirt. It's still a little bit hot here in Texas, so it's kind of, you don't want to plant the stuff for the next season while it's still so hot. But now I'm gonna have to go next week, so I have to wait till I come back, unless my wife wants to do this one herself. Oh, Hang Angie, good to see you here. Good to see you. The high-speed rail in the Himalayas have oxygen in the carriages at 20%, same as sea level. It's because the altitude. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting to know. I wish I can make it to that part of the world. I don't think so, because my stops are very scheduled already and limited. Because my objective is not tourism. My objective is to bring the truth and facts to the community first, and also my big objective of this is to prevent a war from happening. That is the reason. So, but it will be nice, because I'm already starting to think about for my son, and he needs the youngest one. That is, the older ones are already moved on in life and so forth. But the youngest one, I'm thinking about taking him to China next time on a personal tour, he and I, because I need him to understand that's the future. It's not the West, it's the East. So, and I mentioned it to him. Someone is like, yeah, I'd like to go. I'll see. We'll see. So good to see you, Hank, as always. I bought some oranges. Timeline Dunkley, I bought some oranges and there were no seed in them. I didn't eat. No, you don't buy oranges right now because it's not the season. It's like you already start seeing pomegranates. I checked them out. I didn't eat them, of course. It's not the season for it. So what you are looking at is just the genetically modified. And even the coloring of the pomegranates that I looked at, it doesn't look real. Oranges is the same. It's not the season for it. So same with watermelon. Usually I eat a lot of watermelon in summer. This time I only tried one. And luckily I know what to look for, but because of what I'm finding out, the watermelon is being injected with coloring. That's why you see that redness in. It's not supposed to be. So I decided, no, I'm not going to touch it. So yeah, timeline Duckley, just wait a little bit till about November, December. As a matter of fact, till December, that's when you're going to start to see the real oranges. And if you find the oranges from overseas in the supermarket, they might be a little bit pricey, but buy those. Don't buy the ones here, because the ones here are spread. And make sure you wash those oranges when you get home, because the moment you touch your hand with that and you touch your skin, face, whatever, so you want to stay away from that. So what is another? Jim Passarotre, just be careful with what you use with this water pick. Sometimes good. It's like the rinsing. The people use they rinse them out with those liquids. Stay away from those. Flossing is your best bet, but you learn to floss appropriately, because you don't want to impact the gum. So you floss gently and regularly. That's all. Water pick, yeah, I heard about it. It's all industry stuff. It's just for money, no more, no less. Because a floss can get in between the tight space in your teeth, or between your teeth, rather. Somebody at the door. So hopefully nobody gets in. Thank you so much. OG Moses too. Thank you. I'm going to look it up. So I'm going to look it up. And my wife has an app on the phone. When I go with her sometimes to buy groceries, whatever, we'll check the product. And if it says no, we're dropping it. We're dropping it. Okay, let me see another question. What about toothpaste? I don't know. I don't know that one. Emperor penguin. I don't know what that is. Non-hydro parasite. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. So I stay away from it. If it is a word that I can't read, I'll stay away from it. Oh yes. Yeah, Ramples one. Barbara O'Neill. That's the one. Yeah, you guys listen. Take time and listen to her health tips. Really, she knows what she's talking about. And again, I'm not advocating for whatever. It's just, to me, when the information is useful, you're gonna have to. And your community, I care for you guys, because I listen to her stuff. That's how I learned about this toothpaste, because of her. What happens if you don't brush your teeth? Well, sometimes you might wonder, nothing. Except that now with the food type we eat, with the environment we have, it's bad. Think about it. Back then in time when there was no convenience in life, how was the human, the first settlers and so forth? How were their teeth? They were white. Did they have toothbrush and toothpaste? No. And they were eating natural stuff, and their jaws was a little bigger, their frame was a little bigger, their brain was a little bigger. We almost like we shrinked. you know and they didn't have a problem with their teeth. I mean, you look at it now in some parts in Africa, and you guys know that a whole life started in a part in Eastern Africa. That's where it all started. The whole seeds of life. And they still have white teeth, no issues there at all. They don't have these conveniences of dentistry and all that. Of course, now it's different. Now, if you don't brush your teeth for a week, whatever, you're gonna feel something is not there, and you start to build the play and all that. It's not gonna be good. It's because the food, what's in it, that's what's gonna make it worse. Let me see another one here from you. Uh, oh, Francis Tango, you said the charcoal is bad for teeth because the gel acid breaks down. The possibility is that I tried it for a short period. I didn't like it over time. I'll admit it. And I used to use my regular fluoride free. It was till I came listen to Barbara O'Neill. I listened to I watched her video about cleaning teeth. Why you don't need to see a dentist. And this is why I don't go to a dentist here anymore. For. And if I travel overseas, I might even do teeth cleaning when I'm in Asia if I get to it. But I don't need to, because if you use the right product, you'll be fine. Let me see. Well, that's that Francis trying to learn Chinese. That was my mistake that I made back then in early 90s. I didn't stick to my guns. I knew where China is gonna be, but I didn't stick to my guns at that time. When the Pentagon called me, I should have told them, no. If you want me to get in the military, I need to go learn Chinese. But again, I don't blame anybody. I take responsibility for that decision myself. So. But to learn Chinese, you have to live in the environment. So if I end up teaching in China, that could change the course for me as far as learning the language. But even with that, no matter how long you live, you have to master the language. You need a long time, because China's history is so old, and there's a lot of history and a lot of learning. So I don't think so. For an outsider, even if you learn the language, you speak it fluently, you will never master the language. And to master the language is when you speak it grammatically correct and understanding the structure of sentences and all that stuff. So I'm hoping. So we'll see. The This one here, buy it. I'm not sure. All I know is for this one, it prevents from the formation of the plate in the tartar in the tea. That's the whole reason why we go cleaning teeth. This one prevents it, because the xylitol is the product that breaks that down. So I don't. As to rebuilding animal, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. But so far, for me, I speak for me, I don't feel any issue with that. So that means this is working for me right now. But I also don't eat the sweet stuff that creates a problem. Yeah, mouthwash. Stay away from it. Stay away from it, no matter what they say. No matter what they say. You're right. Okay, I'll take one more question, guys, and I am gonna go, because I have to go buy a few things for here at the house, but also need to get some stuff for my upcoming trip next week. Can't believe it. It's here finally. So I'll be leaving, and you'll see my first video from smart. That word, guys, in Arabic is called miswak. Miswak is some sort of like I don't know how to explain it. You keep rubbing it against your teeth. They use it a lot in the Middle East. It's a very healthy because it's natural. Miswak. It's called miswak. I remember it when I was in Saudi Arabia and Yemen, and even some in Iraq. They were using it. They asked me to use it. I didn't, but I was aware of it. So. Yeah, that's the one, the stick or branch to clean teeth. Yeah, I do know it. Yeah, miswak. You're right. Okay, let me see. Karakolak, that's correct. You need a lot of years, especially when it comes down to the Mandarin or even Cantonese, either or, but Mandarin mainly. That's what's spoken in China. And to me, it's a no-brainer. You need to live for. If I am to master this language, I have to move to China now and stay there till I pass away. How long? I don't know. When is my last day? But yeah, it needs a lot of years to master the language. Even though you hear some foreigners speaking language, I don't know about mastering it. And again, it's because you need to understand the ins and outs of the dialect of the language. Jimmy Jonga, that is correct. There is no geopolitics on this one here. It's just because that's the community conversation. So, and the community is for you guys because it's your time. You and I have a conversation. Hang, try this, Dr. Walu, teach English or no, I'm not qualified to teach those because you have to be certified certain ways. What I can teach is my field, international relations, geopolitics, or global affairs. Other than that, I will not teach business, even though my academic background was in international business with finance and economics. To me, it's all about qualifications. And I feel comfortable enough to say, yes, I can teach English, the basics, but I'm not qualified for it. What I can teach is international relations and geopolitics. Those I can teach at an undergrad and the graduate level program as well. So. Okay, let me see subtitles here. Oh, Francis Tango. I believe my father went to school in Fujian University in Shanghai. Very, very prestigious university. I heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I am gonna be now looking for the head of their the humanities, the department where the political science field is. And once I get a hold of this individual, I am gonna establish contact with him or her and figure out the process, how it works for me to submit my CV for a teaching position if it becomes available there. So, but I heard good things about Fujian University. Same thing with Peking University in Beijing, and there are others. Carl Zah mentioned one to me, and I'm going to be communicating with him about that one. Yeah, you're right, Hank. English, Chinese, Arabic, French, top four languages. That's correct. It's moving into that direction. So, okay. Let me see some other question from you. Take one more. Okay, I don't see anything here. Guys, I'm going to sign off here. I'll decide. Thank you for being here, by the way. Truly appreciate you being here. I'll decide whether to do a live stream for you tomorrow about the assassination of Hassan Nasrallah, or wait till Monday. And Monday will be my last time to do it from here till I get back. So I will be seeing you virtually here, guys. Whether tomorrow or Monday. So. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, afternoon, morning, whatever part of the world you are in. And I look forward to seeing you next time. As always, remember, Geopolitics impact your daily life in more ways than one. By the way, guys, remember video tomorrow. I'm going to release a video for you. As always, remember geopolitics impact your daily life in more ways than one. Till next time. Bye-bye.